Well, his friend is a chicken farmer. And he was going out to fetch eggs, you know. And he reaches out to the first two chickens, you know, normal egg. He reaches under the third chicken and pulls out a nickel. And he goes, there's something wrong here. Well, he says, well, I'll go back to the farm and we'll figure it out tomorrow. Well, he goes back the next day and does the same thing, goes to the chicken coop, looks under the first two chickens, normal eggs, looks under the next chicken and says, well, there's a quarter here. I can't figure out what's going on. Says, well, I better call the veterinarian. Well, he calls the veterinarian, and veterinarian goes to the chicken coop, comes out and says, well, I think I know what's wrong. Your chicken's going through the change.
All together. P.U.
Speaking of chickens, here's a good song about a chicken.
George, yeah.
Had a hen, well, I know wings. Had a hen, well, I know wings. Then that rooster came on the farm, got my hen out behind the barn. We got eggs now, we got eggs now, since the rooster came on the farm. We got eggs now, we got eggs now, since the rooster came on the farm. Well, I had a cow, wouldn't give no milk. Had a cow, wouldn't give no milk. Then the rooster came on the farm, got my cow out behind the barn. Well, we got eggs on, we got eggs on, since the rooster came on the farm. We got eggs on, we got eggs on, since the rooster came on the farm. Had a dog, didn't have no pups. Had a dog, didn't have no pups. Then the rooster came on the farm, caught my dog out behind the barn. We got bird dogs, we got bird dogs, since the rooster came to the barn. We got bird dogs, we got bird dogs, since the rooster came to the barn. Well, I had a nan, we didn't have no kids. Had a nan, we didn't have no kids. Then the rooster came to the barn, caught my hand out behind the barn. Well, we're having fried rooster. We're having fried rooster. Since the rooster came to the barn. We're having fried rooster. That was my rooster. That was like a rooster on my farm. Kept on the campfire bright. Each night she'd lie and dreaming a lot about his call my mom. But when the winds return, for the heart of red wing yearns, for a warrior gains her bravely, be in the fray. Now the moon shines bright on her red wings, the breeze is sighing, The night was crying for a far thirst on her breast and weeping, red wings weeping her heart away.
I decided to do Far Side Thanks to Jordan instead. But we'll do this one, and it's my favorite. There's no other song I like better than this one. I come to the garden, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I'm His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Oh, He speaks, and the sound of His voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody that He gave to me within my heart is ringing. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Fiddler ones. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Well, I'd stay in the garden with Him, though the night all around me is falling, and He bids me go with the voice of woe. His voice to me is calling. Okay, everybody, let's have him hear it. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. love letters. I burned them slowly one by one. Before I lit the flame, I read them to try and see the wrong I've done. The first you wrote me was the sweetest. The last one broke my heart in two. Our love now lies among the embers, in the ashes of your letters tied in blue. Oh, today I burned your old love letters. I watched our dreams go up in smoke. Now I'm reliving precious memories. I read each tender word you wrote. The first you wrote me was the sweetest. The last one broke my heart in two. Our love now lies among the embers, in the ashes of your letters tied blue. As I burned your old love letters, they brought back memories from the past. They told about you and your new love, a love that I knew could never last. The first you wrote me was the sweetest. The last one said our love was through. Our love now lies among the embers, in the ashes of your letters tied blue. For I can say I still love you. I didn't get a chance to because we kind of ran out of time. But we can go ahead and do that one. It's in the key of Edward. One I wrote some time ago. Some of you may have already heard the story, but I was at work and this song started kind of coming to me. I hate the direction our country music has gone, I should say. And it just really bothers me that our traditional country music is all but gone. And that's why I'm so happy to be here part of this that I get to keep it alive, help keep it going. Country music radio, it's not what it used to be. What's coming out of Nashville don't sound like music to me. My daddy, he played country, and my grandpa, he did too. Old guitars and fiddles, they played and sang for you. Singers today, they shy away from the good old country sound. It's all country rap, beer and broads, no morals can be found. But I much to me, like they did back in 1950 at the Grand Ole Opry. Kids today don't understand what country's all about. If a song won't sell a million, then I guess that song is out. I sing songs from yesterday and my family sang them too. Music is a gift from God that I love to share with you. Singers today, they shy away from the good old country sound. It's country rap, beer and broads, no morals can be found. But I'll just keep on singing the songs that mean so much to me, like they did back in 1950 at the Grand Ole Opry. We'll try those bits. Good job. In 20 years or less, I fear real country will be gone. Politics and greed already dictate a country song. The Carter family and Bill Monroe will fade away in time, and I even think they'll forget about Sweet Dreams and Patsy Cline. Singers today, they shy away from the good old country sound. It's all country rap, beer and broads, no morals can be found. But I'll just keep on singing the songs that mean so much to me, like they did back in 1950 at the Grand Ole Opry. And I'm glad to be here singing for you at the old Opry.
Please welcome David Green.
My heart is sad and I am lonely, grieving for the one I love. Oh, when shall I see her, or we never, till we meet heaven above. So bury me beneath the And when she finds where I lay sleeping, maybe then she'll weep for me. Fiddle again.
I'm going to tell you some stuff, a little bit at a time. This ain't been a great day for me, okay? My mama used to tell me there were going to be days like today. She just didn't tell me there would be so many, okay? I was on my way up here, and on Highway 34, and I was talking on the cell phone, and I thought maybe I made the wrong turn. So I told the lady that I was talking to, I said, I'm getting off here because I think I missed my turn to Ottumwa. So I turned around, got off the exit to go to Ottumwa, pulled over onto the shoulder to reset my GPS. And when I got ready to pull back on the highway, my car would barely go. So I limped into Ottumwa. The first guy I saw, I said, can you point me to a car shop? So luckily it was just down the road. And I limped in there, and I told him, I said, I am in a fix. I'm supposed to play in Anita at 7 o'clock tonight. It was in 11:30 this morning. And so I realized I was a walk-in, but I left my car running. When we went back to the car was not running. When he turned the key, it hit 0. Nothing at all. But my alternator had died. He found one across town, they got it in, and I got back on the road at 3. I got to my motel there about 15 after 6, so I don't have much of a plan. Said, we're going to do this old song. When you're worried, you can sing this song. This goes back to the Carter family. Y'all can help me sing it. It takes a worried man to sing worried song. It takes a worried man to sing worried song. It takes a worried man to sing worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. I went across the river and I laid down to sleep. I went across the river and I laid down to sleep. I went across the river and I laid down to sleep. When I woke up, had shackles on my feet. Let me sing it. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. A chain around my leg, I got 99 links. A chain around my leg, 99 links. A chain around my leg, and on each link, the initial of my name. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. This train I ride is 29 coaches long. This train I ride is 29 coaches long. This train I ride is 29 coaches long. The one I love is on that train and gone. It takes a courage man to sing a word song. It takes a courage man to sing a word song. It takes a courage man to sing a word song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. And if anybody should ask you who it was that wrote this song, if anyone should ask you who it was that wrote this song, if anyone should ask you who it was that wrote this song, say it was I, and I sing it all day long. One more time. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. We played once before, right?
Yes, we have.
Right. Ben?
Ben McCoy.
Do you have a last name?
McCoy.
McClure? What?
McCoy.
McClure?
Yep.
Okay. When I was teaching school, you do have a last name. I had a kid named Adam. No, really, I did. I had a kid named Adam that didn't have a last name. I walked in the teacher's lounge room and I said, did y'all know that Adam doesn't have a last name? They said, Adam who? I said, I don't know. He doesn't have a last name. But that really happened. The king of country songwriters, of course, is Hank Williams. That's what I went to Nashville to do, was to write songs. And for about the last 20 years, I've played at the Hank Williams Festival in Georgia and Alabama. This is probably my favorite. I don't like to say favorite, but I really like this Hank Williams song. But it's one of his big hits that he didn't write. He did not write this one. We're in the key of D. Take these chains from my heart, set me free. You bronco no longer care for me. All my faith in you is gone, but the heartaches linger on. Take these chains from my heart and set me free. Take these tears from my eyes and let me see just a spark of the love that used to be. Then if you no longer care for the love that's beating there, take these chains from my heart and set me free. Here's David Green. Give my heart just a word of sympathy. Be as kind to my heart as you can be. Then if you no longer care for the love that's beating there, take these chains from my heart and set me free. Take these chains from my heart, set me free. You've grown cold and no longer care for me. All my faith in you is gone, but the heartaches linger on. Take these chains from my heart and set me free. Take these chains from my heart and set me free. Love the old songs. I love the old songs. Then it's coming back to me now. I do remember we played together.
Yeah, we did.
And I remember we had breakfast down in Atlanta, not Atlantic that time, at that place that specializes in beef tongue. And we were sitting there for breakfast, and I said, well, I'm just going to have the beef tongue and toast. And Ben said, I'm not eating anything out that came out of a cow's mouth. I'll just have a couple of eggs.
Yeah, that's funny. But it's true.
Let's do a Terry song. Hey, listen. If y'all have a request, I just started throwing stuff down. I didn't get a chance to make a plan. So, if you got some people have written me requests, and so we're going to get to those. But if there's something in particular you want to hear, especially if you're not going to show up tomorrow night, you better get your. Anybody got something you want to hear? No, well, we'll just all go home early. I tell you what, I know Genesis, neither one of them particularly asked for this. They asked for other songs. But I know y'all like the song because his dad, Henry, used to come here. And I have an album called Plain Old Everyday Ordinary Stuff. And this is the most requested song off that album. That's the last album I got to do with Bill Johnson, who is Marty Robbins' steel guitar player, and I talk too much, everybody says. But anyway, we got any grandmas here? Great grandmas. We got any two? I'm telling you, this lady on the second row is the sunshine girl. Because she's always smiling. I've known her for years. And I'm telling you, my grandmother did not look like you, much less great-grandmother. Well, I think, anyway. We got to watch out. It's got a little bridge in it, and watch out for Anita. Okay? Rehearsal time's over. At Grandma's house on Sunday and on holiday. Back in town, she sat us down to eat. She'd fill us up with her own luscious specialties. Then she'd say, okay, now it's time for something sweet. Keep your pork, the best is yet to come. Keep your fork, 'cause children, you're not done. What's the waiting? It's so good, you wanna jump straight past the sun. Keep your fork, the best is yet to come. Grandma told her preacher when I go away, see, they put a fork in these old folded hands. And when folks drop by and wonder why the fork is there, then you tell them, preacher, make them understand. She kept her fork, 'cause the best is yet to come. She kept her fork, 'cause sure, she's not done. What's the waiting? Is that special place somewhere out past the sun? She kept her fork, 'cause the best is yet to come. And I've been around this world now once or twice, but I don't think you can beat Grandma's advice. Keep your fork, the best is yet to come. Yeah, keep your fork, 'cause sure, you're not done. What's waiting is that special place somewhere out past the sun. Keep your fork, the best is yet to come. Yeah, keep your fork, 'cause the best is yet to come. this one to me because just me and the guitar.
All right.
I heard a preacher say one time, said sometimes the only reason we survive is we got people praying for us and we don't even know they're praying for us. And mamas are the one at the top of that list. Have you ever noticed how some folks survive? You wonder what is it that keeps them alive. They're reckless, they stumble, but never quite fall. They pass through the fire, come out walking tall. Are they just lucky, or is it just fate? Are they born with some special, uncomparable trait? I submit to you, maybe the reason they're spared is they've got a mama who's praying somewhere. Maybe a mama is praying somewhere that heaven will look down and hold in its care her loved ones who may not be praying themselves. Maybe a mama is praying somewhere. And I look back today at the places I've been, near misses I've had, and the scrapes I've been in. It seems I've been shielded from each enemy, protected from dangers that I couldn't see. I'm not invincible, not even strong. Haven't always had wisdom to steer clear of wrong. The reason I'm here is there's power in prayer, and I've got a mama who's praying somewhere. I know my mama is praying somewhere that heaven will look down and hold in its care her loved ones who may not be praying themselves. I know my mama is praying somewhere, and maybe your mama is praying somewhere that heaven will look down and hold in its care her loved ones who may not be praying themselves. Maybe your mama is praying somewhere. I'll bet your mama is praying somewhere. Alright, let's do a Texas honky tonk song that features the fifth. This is one of my songs, but you can figure it out. I'm confidential that you can do it. Okay. Days run together, I don't know whether my lady's ever gonna come. I've lost my grip and I'm slowly slipping. I'm doing too much talking to the wall. Lord knows I'm lonesome, I'm staying home some. I'm down to dodging, the boss is calling. They better hurry, I'm getting worried. I'm doing too much talking to the wall. It's wrong. But Johnny Walker, he keeps me trying to tell it on. She's with her lover, and I can't recover. I'm doing too much talking to the wall. Lord knows I'm alone, I'm staying home some. I'm down to dodging, the boss is calling. They better hurry, 'cause I'm getting worried. I'm doing too love this song, and I've loved it since I was a teenager. She lives her life in honky-tonks and crowded backstreet bars, a world of make-believe that knows no sun or moon or stars, just the glitter of the great white wave and the glare of city lights. Where music's loud, she's in the crowd, a girl in the night. I wonder if she's thinking of dreams that didn't last. I wonder if she's haunted by heartaches from the past. Perhaps there is a story of a love that wasn't right. Now shadows hide her empty pride, a girl in the night. She's sitting there so lonely as she lights a cigarette. The smoke rings rise, and in her eyes there seems to be regret. Is she there to tempt a lover in a dress that hugs her tight? A glass of wine to pass the time, a girl in the night. I wonder if she's thinking of dreams that didn't last. I wonder if she's haunted by heartaches from the past. Perhaps there is a story of a love that wasn't right. Now shadows hide her empty pride, a girl in the night. Yes, shadows hide her empty pride, a girl in the night. Alan wanted me to do this, so I'm going to do it. Okay, fair enough? In my memory I see a twisting dirt road that goes winding off the main drag to a farm. And it takes me back to working in those sunlit fields and the good times in the hayloft and the barn. I can taste tomatoes picked fresh from the garden and watermelon eaten neat at old shade tree in the yard. I was young and free and full of wonder. I guess I didn't see that times were hard. Down that dirt road lie the things that I most cherish. All the folks who know me best and I love so. And my crazy thought is someday I will once more turn down an older road that winds and leads me home. I can see my shirtless dad brown from the summer. I can smell my mama's stew and chocolate cake. If I really listen closely, I can hear way off all of us when we would sing Amazing Grace. All the years and all the miles that have been traveled, all the dues that have been paid, and all the dues that still are owed. But I wonder if I'm really wiser since I drove away and left that old dirt road. Down that dirt road lie the things that I most cherish. All the folks who know me best and I love so. And my crazy thought is someday I will once more turn down an old dirt road that winds and leads me home. Yeah, I'm living with the notion up ahead somewhere lies a dirt road that will wind and take me home. There's a dirt road up ahead to take me home. I started to tell you about my grandmother, but that's a rule in Nashville. One rule, if you go in to play a song for somebody, you don't tell them what the song's about. You know why? Because the song is supposed to. Anyway, this is about my grandma. She was a farmer's wife. That's all I'm going to tell you, except what I sang in the song. Granny didn't like to go. She was too in love with home. And forgot the words. Besides, okay. As we say in the studio, take two. Granny didn't like to go. She was too in love with home. Besides, she had her chicks to think about. When sundown started creeping up, she couldn't rest till she had shut the chicken coop to keep the varmints out. She'd gather up her apron tail, form it in a little pail to hold the chicken feed she slung about. Her hens would flutter around her feet to gather up the grains of feed. It's a picture I see clearly even now. And it wouldn't shock me if she's feeding chicken, if they've got a farm somewhere in Glory Land, and those mansions in the sky, no doubt she thinks they're fine. But I bet she's feeding chicken if she can. Raising chicks to fry inside, searching Oklahoma skies to find a hint, some impending storm. Letting me go gather eggs, earthquaking down my aching legs, are memories of my summers on the farm. Her nightcap and her dip of snuff, her grip when things were getting tough, were trademarks of my granny's earthy charm. Like a mother chicken does, she covered us with wings of love to try to shelter us from worldly harm. No, it wouldn't shock me if she's feeding chicken, if they've got a farm somewhere in glory land, and on mansions in the sky. No doubt she thinks they're fine, but I bet she's feeding chicken if she can. Yeah, those mansions in the sky, no doubt she thinks they're fine, but I bet she's feeding chicken if she can. Went to the country music library, and I spent a day or two researching songs, tracking down songs, and getting words to songs that my dad had sung when I was growing up, and sometimes he didn't know all the words. But this was one of those songs, and I sometimes like to go way back and just get a really, really old song. In some places this song is called A Hero's Death. In other places it's called The Boys in Blue. If you're familiar with Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper from the Opry, they had a version of this. Anybody in this room ever heard of Molly O'Day? Anybody? She was mainly a radio personality from down south. But anyway, she had a version of this. Pretty laid back. We are in the key of D, and we can do right on this here. 'Twas on an autumn evening, an old man bent with age landed in a city from off a dusty stage. Is this the express office, sir? I come to meet my son. They told me that the train was due at this place at 1:30. You've made a slight mistake, sir. I'd like for you to know this is the express office and not the town depot. You do not understand me, sir. With trembling lips he said, he's not coming to me as a passenger, he's coming to be dead. Just then a whistle pierced the air. Express train, someone cried. And with a feeble, trembling step, the old man passed outside. Just then a casket in a box was lowered to the ground. It was an eager, anxious crowd that slowly gathered round. Don't handle it so roughly, boys, 'cause that's our darling Jack. He left us just as you are now. See how he's coming back. It's broken his dear mother's heart, as partings always do. Thank God he died a hero's death while with the boys in blue. My albums have a certain theme to them, and Spokes in the Wheel, the theme is variety. That's the reason I chose that as the name, just like a wheel is held together by different spokes. There's a lot of different kinds of songs I write. And so I can't see this. I'm going to have to shoot a little bit. So this is on the Spokes in the Wheel album. This is album number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 14, this was album number 5. And but before we do this song, we always have to take a survey of the men in the house. Men only. How many of you guys think you're pretty macho men?
Pretty well beat down.
How many of you think you're not too macho? Most of you are too chicken to vote either way. Anyway, whichever side of the fence you fall on, I think you can probably identify with the one of the two main characters in this song. Is the fan blowing right on me? Alright, do something different, okay? Or I won't be able to approach it. Okay. You stick. We don't do a break in this, okay? We'll just sing it straight through. He must have weighed at least 240. He stomped up and called the shorty. He glanced down at me and little Sam and said, "My clan and I need this here table. You punks move while you're still able, or I'll tear the two of you to little shreds." I found it kinda hard to swallow when he raised me by the collar off the floor so I could look him in the eyes. "If you don't want a public licking, you'll just move, you little chicken." I stared back at him, said to his surprise, "Sam finds the door." He was momentarily addled. He was clearly shocked and rattled, 'cause he let me loose and I dropped to the floor. I quickly sized the situation, spied our nearest destination, drew a mental map from us straight to that door. He just stood there growling lowly. I inched backward very slowly. I could tell he didn't appreciate my wit. He called me something so degrading. I replied but kept on making, "Have you ever seen a real life chicken split?" Sam gets to the door. My reputation is a scandal, but it's something I can handle. See, I really just don't care much anymore. While gossip spreads in great profusion, I have reached the quiet conclusion there are some things that just ain't worth fighting for. So when such tests of courage beckon, I'll just walk away, I reckon, though the whole world laugh me in the face and maul. I run from time bombs slowly ticking. It sometimes pays to be a chicken, but if they push me far enough, I'll turn and squall. Where's the door? I am out of here.